and welcome to the broadcast with Amanda, Shandy, and Colleen. My name is Colleen.
My name is Amanda.
And I'm Shandy.
Welcome to the show, everybody. This is season 7, episode 35, episode number 305. How's it going?
Good.
Excellent.
Jinx, you owe me a soda.
We do that. My kids do that at home, and they do. They'll do jinx, double jinx, triple jinx, quadruple jinx, 5 jinx, 6 jinx, 7 jinx, 8 jinx, 9 jinx, 10 jinx, and they'll keep going until somebody ends up.
That's too many.
A lot of jinx.
That's too many.
It
It's
is
a lot of soda.
Mm.
It is. We don't play for soda, though, thankfully.
Just for the fun and satisfaction of out-jinxing someone.
Yes, basically. And then you just have to say their name a whole bunch of times.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's brothers. It's a fun thing that they
changed.
do. We are joined live by the patrons tonight. So far in the chat, we have Matt and we have Greg. Hello, and thank you for joining us.
Hey, hey.
Hello.
We just did a bonus show. If you're out there now listening, in the chat especially, you can listen to the bonus show when it comes out. Probably yesterday as you're hearing this for real. I also did a Survivor Patrons bonus with my kids tonight. They were insane as always. You'll have to listen. Quick 10 minutes, guys. I don't know. It feels like it's surprising to me that it's only a 10-minute long show because they always feel like they're 45 minutes to me. Yeah. It's a long 10 minutes for me, but I'm sure it's a short 10 minutes for you guys.
Is it really like in a 1 10-minute run, or
for the most part? Sometimes I have to stop them to yell at them to stop like beating each other up, or Alex started calling himself Whoopi Alex for some reason.
Oh dear.
Which I did not understand what he was getting at, and then I realized yesterday I yelled at Zach for saying I'm going to give you a whooping, and I was like, I don't want to hear that. That's not cool. That is not okay. And I knew he didn't understand what it meant. He heard it at school, whatever.
Yeah.
So I think Alex heard me yell at Zachary and decided to do it himself tonight to get a rise out of me, but I didn't get it because he did it wrong.
Right. Oh,
so it's always the worst when the joke doesn't land.
Yeah.
Well, lucky for him, he got away with saying whoopee for a good 3 or 4 minutes before I got what he was talking about.
You're like,
so it landed better
like,
than
what?
I was just like, whoopee! I had no idea what he meant. You'll hear it all in there. And then at one point I realized it, and that's when I had to stop it and be like, we do not do that. We don't say that. Come on now, knock it off. So, but other than that, it's pretty straight through, mainly because I couldn't hold their attention span for longer than that anyway. I'm barely holding it for 10 minutes.
That's fair.
Yeah. So anyway, we had St. Patrick's Day on Friday.
Oh, right.
My parents came to town because Zachary had his spring choral concert at school. He had a little solo in which he was.
My goodness!
So it wasn't singing solos. They sang a song about, it was called Why Music, and they sang like why music and like how what music education the benefits are. So the people that were selected to speak, they did like kind of voiceover parts. Like the music would play and then they would do their each little thing. I want to say that there was 10 of them. Okay, sorry. Because my microphone was the other microphone. So do I sound better?
I was wondering, yes.
It keeps cutting in and out. Yeah.
No, it's no, you sound better.
I sound better now? Okay. It should be on the right one.
Yes,
Thank you for letting me know because that would have driven me insane while editing.
You're welcome.
That. But it was cute. I think his line was something like, research shows that kids who have music education are more likely to attend college.
Oh my goodness.
I think that's what it was. But yeah, it was really cute. And then, they did their other songs where you do like your little kid choreography where the music teacher is standing in front and, basically like
this,
acting it out for you. And it was cute. It was really, really cute. So my parents were here
My mom made corned beef and cabbage. I expected, because I don't really love corned beef and cabbage. Jay doesn't. I thought the kids were gonna revolt. My mom bought 2 packs. She bought 4.5 pounds of corned beef and cabbage.
That's a lot.
It was a lot. So she then kind of rethought it after she bought it. So then she only made 1 pack. So it was about 2.5 pounds or whatever. And she was like, I'll save it for you to make in the future. And I'm thinking, ugh, nobody's gonna eat it, Mom. My kids loved it. They loved the crap out of it. We made the little russet potatoes.
Delicious.
Well, they didn't like the cabbage.
Okay.
It's very good
They
for you,
loved
cabbage.
the corned beef.
Yeah.
I was
Corned
shocked.
beef, yeah. Well,
Shocked.
that's great. Maybe
they
someday
love the
they'll
corned
like the
beef.
cabbage. But I
They
feel like
love
it
the
gets a
little
bad rap.
potatoes. So then Jay's out of town for business this week, and I asked them like last night or yesterday morning. I was like, "Hey, what do you want me to make for dinners this week? Let me know. Tonight, because usually on Mondays Jay has band practice, so we just do chicken nuggets and broccoli. We keep it easy." And they were like, "Make corned beef," and I was like, "Seriously?" And they were like, "Yes." So I was like, "Well, I am not making it today, but I will make it tomorrow if you want me to." So I
You
did. I
do
made
have it
today.
in your freezers.
First time I've ever made it.
Nice.
My mom also left a second bag of potatoes. You guys are gonna have to
Yes.
toes. You'll have to listen to the broadcast bonus.
That's what we
episode
call
to-
an Easter egg, guys.
Indeed. An unintentional Easter
An
egg.
unintentional,
Unintentional
all
Easter egg.
the better.
A potato.
But I did the
potato.
potato. But I did that, which was awesome. No, I made it. I was a little nervous because I was like, I don't know. I FaceTimed my parents at one point. I was like, does this look cooked? And they were like, sure.
Thanks.
You'll find out
It's just meat,
in a
you
day
know.
or so.
You boil it. It's pretty easy. You boil it with the seasonings. That's it.
Hot
That's
ham
it.
water, huh?
That's what.
And you know what? You make the
Hot
potatoes
corned
to
beef
flavor
water.
the potatoes. You put the potatoes in at the last 20 minutes with them to make the potatoes. So you're literally putting them in hot ham corned beef water. Hot corned beef
I mean,
water.
to be fair, that's also like a shrimp boil. Like, I
Yeah.
suppose I shouldn't like turn my nose up at this. Like, this is like a
Yeah.
a vetted way of cooking things.
Totally.
Yes.
I mean, I was gonna say that's why it's so delicious. I mean, I'm sure
I
that's
know.
why the kids liked it so much because it's fucking boiled meat. Yum.
I'm sorry. I disagree. No part of
well.
that sounded good.
I know. Boiled meat
Understandable,
didn't.
understandable.
It didn't sound good to me either.
Yeah.
But they really liked it. And Zachary
Reminds me of
probably ate-
meatballs, right? And what's not to like about that?
That's true. Meatballs are boiled too. Or sometimes
Unless you
cook
don't
them.
eat meat.
Sometimes
then
you
I
bake
understand,
them.
but-
You can make
You
meatballs all
sear
sorts of
them,
ways.
and then you like. Well, I mean, you're
Mm.
cooking them in the sauce, which is not.
Yeah.
Like, it's not really a liquid, and it's not really a solid like sauce. It's somewhere
Sauce
in
is more
between.
liquid than solid, though.
Yeah, but you don't
Well, it's like
boil a
mud.
sauce. It's not
Sauce is
if-
like the
if
mud.
your sauce
of-
is boiling, then you're doing it wrong.
Yeah, but you
It's a
still. But if
simmer.
it's boiling, you still have to like stir it, even though it'll like you have
So
this-
it's semantics.
I
I,
don't
feel like
know.
we're
It-
arguing semantics here.
semantics here. Yes, it doesn't matter. Anyway, they
There's
really.
different ways to make meatballs.
It was just the 3 of us, and we had 0 leftovers from them.
That's great.
I was
Wow.
like, oh my god, everybody better sleep tonight. Nobody better wake up hangry and be like, I want
Raisins.
raisins. Yeah, Alex. Also, go to the bonus show. Anyway, so yeah, that was my big accomplishment was doing something I thought I would never make.
That's
corned
awesome.
beef and
That's
cabbage.
awesome.
I also, so they were like, "Where's the bread?" And I was like, "I didn't make Irish soda bread. Are you
Yeah,
freaking
sorry.
kidding me? You're lucky you got the corned beef. You only got it because it was here in the house, and the potatoes were here." And because my mom was, sent me the recipe, and she was like, and then she so she sent me it over email, but then she texted me a follow up like, "Hey, you can also cook the potatoes in it." Because like the recipe was like, when you take the meat out, don't drain the water, put the potatoes in it. And then, she followed up. And I was like, "Do I even have potatoes?" And she's like, "Yes, they're in your fruit bowl. 'Cause your fruit bowl was empty." I was like, "Okay, thanks."
Nice.
But they were like, "Where's the Irish soda bread?" And I was just like, be lucky you got this. So what I did was I took a slice of sandwich bread, whole wheat sandwich bread, stuck raisins in it, and was like, here's your Irish soda bread.
Did they eat it?
Alex did.
There you go.
The kid likes raisins.
He likes
Really?
raisins.
Loves his raisins. But anyway, that was it. That was it for me.
Nice.
Hope you all are well.
Yeah. We put together a bookshelf.
I
I
saw
saw
on the socials.
your progress on the socials.
Oh my
A
God.
nice looking bookshelf.
Yes. We've had this big wall in the living room that, like, from the time we, first like knew we were getting this house and moving in and stuff, it's like we were going to put a big ass bookshelf on that wall.
Excellent.
Nice.
And it's just been waiting, and it's been now like several months since we moved in, and finally we were just like, okay, just order the damn thing. And then we had to put it together, and it's huge, just
Yay.
like taller than me and about as wide as I am tall. And we did it, and it looks good. And then we filled it with all the books, and there's no more book overflow. It's so satisfying. And we got to we were like doing sections. There's like a feminist section, and then there's like Frank's like books, his shelf of like books to read that he needs to like keep those together, because that's like the next on the docket. And then there's like French, and then English, and then some sort of like thematically these are similar, so it's gonna go together.
I love that. That is,
Yeah.
that's how I organize our books too. Like I sort of low key disdain the rainbow and the like colorized, like using books as decor.
That's way too
Oh,
much work.
yeah.
They are books.
That's way too much work.
Yeah, like our
Yeah.
bookshelves are always sort of structured like our own sort of makeshift library. Like we try
Yeah.
to keep like-minded things together so you can
Yeah.
find them. And
Yes.
I support this.
Yes. There's a section of our
Wholeheartedly.
history books and like the bigger ones, and then there's like my yearbooks, and yeah. And you could on this, so there's like basically like three. It looks like it's three bookshelves put together, but it's like in one piece. And so
Yes.
in each like bookshelf, the like 5 shelves or whatever, you can put at whatever height you want. So it's like
Oh, cool.
we like did them different and the different
Modular.
ones.
I love
So
it.
it's like, yeah, super fun, and it looks so good. And now it looks like we live here, like for real. That's
I love that.
Yeah,
So
living room,
good,
dining
so
room is
good.
done. And
Congrats.
I am recording tonight from a new desk, which I'm also happy
Oh.
about. Came the
Oh.
next day. That was the other thing.
Wow.
Like our desk did not travel very well, and it was
Mhm.
like in shambles when we got here. And you could still kind of like, there were like the 2 legs with like the drawers.
Mhm.
And you could kind of like place the top on it.
Very gingerly and
Yes.
don't
And
breathe.
And anytime you actually tried to open a shelf, the whole thing might fall over. And I have been just like on a campaign to just fucking replace it since we moved in also. And Frank was kind of like, oh, maybe we can fix it. We cannot fix it. It is not fixable. It was not an expensive desk to begin with. So it's like the quality is lacking.
Yeah.
That's on us, but whatever, what's done is done. It's also old as fuck. And so we finally got a new desk, and I love it. It's like super simple. It'll be easier to like move around and stuff. But I just love it. And we put it together, and it was super easy, and here it is.
That's
Coming
great.
to you.
Awesome.
Yeah, live from my new desk.
Live from my new desk.
Inspiration. I've been saying that like I need to get a new desk since like the beginning of the pandemic, and I'm still on my very like cute but not terribly functional desk. And like someday I will follow your very good example and buy a more functional desk.
This is like to illustrate the difference between me and Frank. Like, and to his credit, I mean, because he had looked at the bookshelves for months and like compared different ones. And then like we finally decided on one, and I'm really happy with the one that we got, because I didn't want it to be a total piece of, garbage. Like, but it's also really expensive. So I also don't want to spend like too much money. So it's kind of like a good sweet spot. It still looks nice. So that's that. Then for the desk, it was like a similar thing where he had been looking and just really didn't find one that he liked. And finally, I just like got on my phone. I looked up, like office desk, looked through a couple, was like, hey, what about this one? I really like it. I think I had just worn him down, and he was like, okay. I was like, sweet, ordered. Done. And I love it.
Awesome.
Yes.
Good. I'm glad it all worked out.
Yes. And it was on sale. So, come on.
Oh yeah, can't beat
Yeah.
a sale.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. I'm so sorry, Amanda. I know it's your turn, but real quick, guys. The worst thing happened to me last week.
Oh no.
Oh dear.
My coffee pot shattered.
Oh no.
Oh, I use a French press. That shit happens all the time.
Well, I was gonna
But-
say, hopefully you didn't like try to still drink the coffee in the shattered pot and
Yeah.
have
No,
another
because
glass
it
situation on your
What
hand.
state was the pot in when it shattered? Was it a vessel?
I
at
was
the
going
time,
into
or
the
was it empty?
dishwasher. It was going into the dishwasher and it caught the thing just the wrong way.
Oh no.
And I don't
That's a
wash
bummer.
it. I hand wash it probably most days of the week.
Yeah.
I only stick it in the dishwasher definitely once a week just to, clean that shit out.
I guess I should probably do that too.
Otherwise I hand wash it or I'll stick it in like another day a week if there's space and I just need to like fill it because I'm like, ugh, I don't want to wait till tomorrow to do the dishes. Like I got to get this done now. Like because I got to wash Zachary's stuff, Anyway, whatever, like his lunchbox stuff. So sometimes if I have like space, I do it. And I went to put it in and it just caught it the wrong way and it just smashed. And
Yeah.
I was like, oh, darn it. Okay. Okay, whatever. Fine. But I'll just order a replacement carafe. How hard could that be? Well, it broke on March 5th. I'm sorry, on March 12th. It's now March 22nd or 21st. I have yet to find a replacement one. I ordered one that matched the dimensions, but was a different brand on Amazon. That went terribly. It went everywhere that wasn't the coffee pot. So I reached out to the company's customer service. They never answered me. I called them today. She was like, I'm looking right now and I can see one on Amazon. And I was like, bitch, I spent 3
send me
hours.
the link, please.
Yeah.
I was like,
seriously.
I spent hours looking on Amazon, Wayfair, eBay, Bed Bath and Beyond, like company websites. I've been everywhere. I did my research. I did not ever think that I would be pulling out a ruler and measuring fucking coffee
Right.
pot dimensions. And here we are. She's like, well, I see it right now. And I was like, can you send me the link? And she was like, search this. I did. I was like, I'm not getting what you're getting. So she's like, well, send our customer service an email and they'll send you the link. I sent that at like 2:00 in the afternoon.
It's like,
It is 9:26.
Isn't that what you are? Like, am I not
Right.
talking to customer service? Like, who are you?
Right? So anyway, I didn't know it was so difficult. What we have, and I will call them out because I'm super annoyed. For Christmas 2021, Jay and the boys got me a coffee pot because I had the Keurig for years, since before we were married. We got the Keurig as an anniversary gift. It is old. It does not fill up the coffee pot all the way anymore. If you hit like the full 8 or 10 ounce one, you get maybe 4 ounces if you're lucky.
Oh wow.
It's frustrating. So they got me
about
that.
your Keurig.
What?
I never noticed that about your Keurig.
It's recent. When
Okay, I was
when
like,
you've
oh, I
used
feel like
it
always
was work.
works fine.
I would say as recently as June, it was still working fine. But
It's a good
since
long life,
then,
though.
since then it has not been. And sometimes it will give you full. Like when my mom was here this weekend, she kept getting little cups. I put it in probably the third round of from the one use, and I got it like all the way to the top. And I was like, oh well, there's all the rest of the water. It's in mine. But okay, so Jay, they got me the one that was just on the display at Target, right? Simple, nothing fancy. 14 cups, has the you can set it the night before, whatever. Well, it is apparently impossible to find a replacement for this. I don't want to just go buy another one because that's wasteful. The brewer itself works just freaking fine. It's the Crux GG. I would have just been like, get me a Black & Decker, get me a Mr. Coffee if we had known. We just got the one at Target. Who would have known that Target would sell something that didn't have, something that was just generic everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
So that's my whole thing. I found my other solutions. I have backup solutions if they never get back to me with this stupid Amazon link. Is I found the same coffee pot on Marketplace for $20. Not the pot, the maker. I might just buy the maker for $20 because that's still cheaper than a replacement coffee pot in general, which is on average about $30. and then just, I don't know, sell the maker and be like, hey, if your coffee maker doesn't work anymore and you're but your pot is fine, here you go, $20.
Boy.
Just break even.
Do I have a lid for you?
So yeah, if you have that and if you're looking for the maker, I can give you the maker. I'll sell it to you. I'll ship it to you for free. I don't even care at this point. I just want the pot. My coffee maker is fine.
Oh.
Anyway, that's
coffee though. I don't know. That's
Yeah.
essential.
it's very sad. It's part of my routine and blah.
I hear you. I mean, I French press it up, and I am breaking those beakers like at least once a year. I break a beaker.
Really? But they're easy to
Because
replace.
Yes and no.
Okay.
Because I have two sizes. I have like a small size, and then I have like a size that is like too big for one person, but like that's my normal size.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So like the little one had been broken for a long time, so I just sort of left it, and then I finally got a new beaker for it. But it's like it's a little too big, so it's like getting it in and out of the handle part. It's always it's like a little bit of a too
You need
too
finesse.
snug. Yeah, too snug for comfort. I'm like, oh, this is not gonna last long. This is not long for this world. This is gonna break, and it's probably not gonna be great when it does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Just as long as you don't drink it, don't.
No, because it's gone. It's gonna break, and it's gonna
No
it's gonna
glass.
be everywhere. Yeah.
No
We've
drinking
already,
glass.
yeah, as we talked about last week, we've already inhaled glass
Yeah.
once in our lifetime.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not make it twice.
But yeah,
Oh my
it's like
God.
the coffee pot. Like I would love to get like a nice coffee maker, but like we don't have the space for it, and I'm the only one that drinks coffee, so it seems like a real like extravagance for like just me.
Yeah.
So it's like the French press is like,
Yeah.
it doesn't take up a ton of
Good
space.
compromise.
Yeah.
We were at some store and I saw they were selling like, I mean, you can actually, I think you could always buy this, but it felt novel at the time, like an actual espresso, like taking
so
it back to my barista days.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
Like I would love
like-
to get one of those little like frother, but it's like it's
Yeah.
just me, so it seems like such a
Yeah.
silly.
No, when I saw that, I got an itch. And then I thought, but would I really ever do that? Because like, let's be real, I programmed the coffee the night before, and that's like, even that is like, I'm like, oh, I have to pour the water.
But see, like, like I work from home now, so that is part of my morning routine to like make the coffee.
Yeah.
I even grind my own beans.
Nice.
I've got this Mr. Coffee grinder that like, man, it does some work. It does some work. I swore I would never replace it, but it's starting to get a little.
You're gonna have to send me the link to that because
I got it at Target.
Oh, okay. Anyway, okay. Sorry, Amanda. Anything new with you?
Anything new with me? No. Eden has her first swim lesson on Sunday.
Oh,
or at least it's the plan. We haven't signed her up for it, but for our family trip, we want to like get her comfortable in the water, like before we are on a beach. It's like last summer it took her a while to like get comfortable with the water, and she like loved it by the end, but like, come this summer, that's like, a quarter of her life ago.
Oh
so
my God, yeah.
Daniel had the good idea to get her acquainted with the water, so that'll be fun. I bought her some like a new bathing suit. So just arrived today, so I'm like excited for that.
Oh my God, that's awesome.
But that's kind of it.
That's cool. So do you will you be in there with her, or is it just like all the kids with the...
Yes. Yeah. So it's like one instructor, and I think it's like 12 kids total, and each one has to have a
parent,
a
guardian
or like
person.
a guardian.
Someone to make sure they don't drown.
Yeah. So I just assumed that Daniel would want to do it because he's done all the legwork in like looking this up. But he's like, oh, I just kind of assumed that you would do it. And I was like, great.
That worked out perfectly.
Thanks.
I would love to.
Oh, that's cute.
Well, that's awesome. I hope it all goes well. I'm sure she's gonna love it.
I hope so. She really did love water by the end of summer. Like she was just like, you couldn't keep her out of, like we'd go to the beach and you just like couldn't keep her out of the ocean. Like that's all she wanted. Just like, oh,
yay.
So, I'm hoping it will be a repeat this summer. But again, that was a quarter of her life ago. You kind of don't know.
So yes, it's a very
Good
large fraction.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you'll have to keep us updated.
I will. I will report back next week.
Awesome. Okay, so moving on to the middle section of our show. I had a couple of different things for us. One of them was, so you can pick, what's the most fun word to say? And then the other one was life hacks for women, or women's life hacks. Hold on. Women are sharing their go-to life hacks that every woman should know.
I mean, I'm intrigued just to see like how good or ridiculous that is.
Yes, exactly. The life hack as a phrase. I have a
I love life
reaction
hacks.
to. No, but I'm legitimately curious too. And maybe it'll be some good hips. Good tips.
Tips
That don't lie.
Yes.
Good hips.
Yes.
My good hips don't lie.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That might need to be an episode title. My good hips don't lie.
I was thinking the same thing. I'm so glad we're unspoken.
Same.
I would.
Same.
Okay. The first, now I haven't read these in advance, so I will be straight up honest with you. If any of them suck, I'm cutting it out. But I'll try to go through this as quickly as possible.
So to those who are joining us live, make sure to re-listen and
see what makes it in. All right. The first one is, in a pinch. Also, Matt, this is your time to shine. You can Matt-splain away in the chat.
Woohoo!
If these silly women get it wrong. Anyway, okay, to start. In a pinch, you can use your car floor mats for traction underneath your tires if you get stuck on an icy road. Wedge them underneath your front wheels if you have front wheel drive, or your back wheels if you have rear wheel drive. Don't floor it, or you will spin your wheels. Instead, press your accelerator as if you're trying to go 5 miles an hour. This and kitty litter are my go-to solutions.
Kitty litter, I think I've heard that too.
I have heard that too.
I have not, so I just learned 2 new things today.
There you go. Hopefully you'll never have to use it, because you know, the South.
Oh, yeah.
Although it did freeze last night, but
it's very true as well. Okay. Get a cheap lingerie bag to put small things like socks or underwear in when you're doing laundry. That way you can make sure all your socks have a match before putting them in the bag, making it way easier to put them away later. It also prevents your socks and underwear from clinging to your other clothes when you put them in the dryer.
That's smart.
That's so simple but smart.
Yeah, I mean, I use the lingerie bags for their manufactured purpose, but I never thought to use them for that.
Yeah, that's actually very clever, and they'll still get clean. So
yeah.
I also, if the kids need like their lubbies, they're like stuffed animals washed, I'll put them in a lingerie bag too.
I maintain though that my life hack for lingerie bags, because I've never owned one, is just to use a pillow case.
I've used the pillowcase before. I've done sneakers in a pillowcase, shoes in a pillowcase. Yeah.
I recently washed my slippers.
Yes.
Oh, that's smart.
When I do the
sports bras I buy come with a lingerie bag.
Yes, I was going to say,
I did not get nice enough sports bras. Apparently.
Yeah, they're pretty like industrial strength sports bras. But the poor lingerie bag gets used a lot more than the sports bra does, so the lingerie bags are showing their age.
Yes, I think all the lingerie bags I own probably coming with something that I've bought.
I didn't even know that was a thing.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So anyway, okay, cool. Good times. Let's see. The next one is this one is one that my grandpa always taught me to do. I keep a $20 or a $50 bill. This is in between my phone and my phone case, just in case. So I always have extra cash on hand. It's also helpful if you realize you left your wallet at home or end up at that one random place that takes cash. Yeah, my grandpa had always said, keep an emergency 20 or an emergency 50 in your bag, in your wallet. Yeah,
that's really smart. I do not do that. I am always that asshole that like never has cash.
Who has cash?
I am that person.
I feel like that's fair.
Okay, good, thank you.
Society is driving us to not have cash. It's like not exactly our fault, you know.
It's true. It's like I feel like most places are moving to like, you know, being cashless societies.
Yeah, agreed. Okay, let's see. Baby wipes. Always keep a container in your car. They have a million uses. You know, my sister-in-law Heather was telling me about this weekend.
Okay. No, because I was expecting that one to have
examples.
examples.
Oh, it doesn't have examples, but I can give you examples because literally the other day I was at my sister-in-law's having a baby in May, and we were at her house for the baby shower. She was saying, like, Alex had something and he needed a wipe, and I didn't realize he needed the wipe. And she was like, "Oh, I keep wipes in literally every single room of the house because you always need them." And I was like, "That's so smart." Because like you could wipe your phone with them, you could wipe your own hands with them. In a pinch, you can wipe off. You can just even wipe, like, dab it on your clothes if you've got something. Like, I feel like, because they're essentially just big versions of alcohol wipes, but gentler. So, no, I definitely agree with that. Keeping wipes everywhere.
We do try, but I feel like we just are not very good at like keeping with it, because eventually it's like the wipes will end up somewhere else, or we'll think they come out of the diaper bag, so they'll get thrown into the diaper bag. And they're like, why are there 5 open things of wipes in the diaper bag? We only need 1.
Yeah, no, I get that too.
Yeah. So
I think that's
a
good
great plan for organized people. We are not those people.
Or when you're out of diaper bag stage.
Yeah, that's true. Hopefully, within the next calendar year.
Woo! All right, the next one is keep a pair of work shoes or slippers at your desk when you're working in the office. If you're wearing uncomfortable shoes, you have a pair of comfortable ones available without going barefoot or wearing your socks on the floor. It works the other way too. If you like to drive in dress shoes, if you don't like to drive in dress shoes and need to change when you get to work.
I would say exactly. That was going to be my pro tip. Don't wear shoes that are uncomfortable.
Who wrote this list? A woman in her 20s.
Seriously.
Right.
By the time you hit your 30s, you're like, oh, F that nonsense. If they're not comfortable, I'm not spending the money on them.
Once I discovered flats in my Rothy's, like I very rarely wear heels. But there are some people that actually like work in a corporate setting where they need to dress like that when they're in meetings or something. But I mean,
I still would not. Thank God I don't have a dress code, but no.
And I do think that is the one thing where it's like, well, and I suppose fashion in general, like in certain instances, like spending the money for the more expensive product, like makes more sense. Like a expensive pair of heels are, for the most part, more comfortable because they're better made.
But they're still heels. Like it's not a natural way for your foot to be and for your legs to be.
Wearing them in general.
Right. But I will say, to counter that, one of my most comfortable pair of like wedges are a pair I bought at Payless right before they went out of business. Nice. And I love them. They're very comfortable.
Oh my God, that's awesome.
But that is the like exception to the rule. Like in my experience, if I have to buy a pair of heels, I've always found that if I spend a little more money, I end up wearing them a lot more, and it ends up being a better value because they last longer and I wear them longer. Yeah. And can stay in them for longer periods of time without like my body declaring mutiny.
But I would just still say, in my experience, if I have to buy a pair of heels, I just don't.
And that's perfectly fine too. Like, God damn it, like you should dress how you want.
Yeah, exactly. But it goes both ways.
If pandemic, wear what makes you feel good. If it doesn't make you feel good, if you don't feel good in it, don't buy it. Just don't buy it.
Yeah. When I see women walking in heels, I just feel so terrible for them. Because you can see by the way they walk. It hurts. They're not comfortable. They would not be able to walk a couple of miles if they needed to. And that sucks.
I do think about that sometimes though, because I do have like a few pairs of heels that like, oh, I do inherently like these and they are comfortable in short distances. But like if something bad happened, if like another, like knock on wood, like another like New York City blackout or like 9/11 happened, I couldn't walk home in them. I would have to take them off and walk barefoot.
And that's why the recommendation is to keep comfortable shoes at your desk.
Okay, to come back around. Okay, fine. Cold water. Get it.
All right, the next one is actually kind of clever. A good way to store an assortment of medicines for your mom bag in your purse is the Dollar Store Weekly Pill Sorter, which so the suggestion here is instead of Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, like using that for that, put like in Sunday, put like your Tylenol. In Monday, put your antacid. Put in Tuesday, put your your Tums. Wednesday, put your allergy pills, put your Lactate in Thursday. So it's just a matter of, create your own labels, and then you have a little to-go bag in case you need it if you're somebody that has to carry like a gazillion different things.
That's smart. I've also heard that that's a good travel hack for if you're traveling with jewelry.
Oh, I've never heard that.
You could put like earrings in like each individual one, or like,
I
small
love
jewelry. Like
that.
you're not putting like long
Yeah, yeah.
necklaces that can get tangled, but like, and then you could also kind of organize them by like outfit. If you're one of those people that like plan your outfits for when you're traveling, I am not one of those people, but if you are, you could then like, your Monday outfit, your Monday jewelry goes in the Monday pill and like etc.
I love this. I need to do that. I gotta go to the dollar store and get a bunch of pill cases now. This one is special to my heart because I just recently did this. Get a mini Swiss Army knife with a blade, scissors, file/screwdriver, tweezers, and a toothpick. The scissors are good enough to trim nails. Tweezers can be a little meh, but if you break your nail, after, or you get a hangnail, those mini scissors are golden. So I used to have a Swiss Army knife. I think you all know this from Metrobiz days. Back on August 4th, 2007, my original Swiss Army knife that I got for my 10th birthday was confiscated by security, TSA at LaGuardia.
TSA.
It was a whole thing. Those assholes. I went through security. I had a very delayed flight that day. That was the day I infamously let Lady Gaga's mom, who was trying to go see her at Lollapalooza.
Yes, that was the same day, huh?
It was all that same day, but I went through security a gazillion times, and it was probably the 5th or 6th time before they caught the Swiss Army knife.
No.
So whatever. Anyway, I've since lost another one to security.
When you don't learn, you just keep.
Yeah, but that one is at the Long Island airport, so it's wild. Like they just don't like it in New York. I haven't tested it anywhere else, but I've gotten through with it apparently. Anyway, so I finally in Germany got another Swiss Army knife, and I told my family, and my dad was like, "Oh, well, I got you one for your birthday because I knew you needed a new one." So I had two. The one that my dad got had the scissors. The one that I got from Germany did not have the scissors. So Jay has taken that one. Perfect. I've got the bigger one from my dad, and I'm ready to rock and roll.
Nice.
All right.
I know. Okay, let's see. This one feels very long, so we're gonna skip that one. Always carry a hand sanitizer, especially after you're cooking or you're pumping gas. It's a great way to get the onion, garlic, and gasoline smells off your hand. Thank you.
I feel like COVID brought that one home.
Yes, it did. This one I've heard before too. Put a wet washcloth in the dryer with your wrinkled clothes. It does the trick and makes it much easier to multitask compared to ironing. Yeah, I've heard that. I don't remember where. I should try it though, because this just reminded me of that. I've also heard the hack that you dryer sheets in your pocket to keep mosquitoes away.
Oh,
which my sister swears by.
I had never heard that.
Yeah, no.
She literally she'll like stuff her bra with dryer sheets in the summer. She like gets bitten up so bad. She's just like, give me all the sheets.
Is that okay? Yeah, I guess to be that close to your skin.
Yeah.
I don't know.
She doesn't really stuff her bra with it. I'm just saying she puts it everywhere. I've seen her wipe them on herself though before to be like, get away from me, mosquitoes.
I would say my hack also though for not ironing is just to wear clothes that are not ironed and may or may not be a little bit wrinkly.
Yeah. I try and avoid like wrinkly, like linen. I don't mess with that. Don't mess with that.
If it's super, like if it's something that really needs to be ironed and then maybe like twice a year, I'd say I break out the old iron. But yeah, other than that, I'm just not going to waste my time with that.
Yeah, I hate ironing.
In France, and probably most of Europe, I would guess, and maybe many other places as well, they iron like everything. And like, it's becoming less with like the subsequent generations, but like Frank's mom irons everything. And when I say everything, like, I mean everything. It's impressive.
I can't have the patience. I only iron fuse beads.
It's so much time.
Yes.
It's really awesome when we're there because she does the laundry and it like smells really good, and then she irons it and she folds it and it's like very precise and just like looks professionally done, and it's very nice to like have that, but I would never actually do that myself.
Yeah, that's fair. I wouldn't either.
Okay, this next one is probably going to be life-changing for some of us. If you're using a public restroom and you need to poop, but you don't want others to hear it, lay a thin layer of toilet paper over the surface of the water before you go. No more thunk when the log hits the pond, if you know
I
what
feel
I
like
mean.
I've heard that one
I have
before.
heard this.
I have never heard that.
I have heard it. I have never tried it though.
Yeah.
I'm
The
gonna
question
try
is, next time am I going to remember it? But yeah, I've
Right.
heard that before.
Oh, I think
I feel
you
like
will.
I'm too potty shy. Like it like
I know.
if it's too quiet, like my body is just like nope.
Yeah.
I know. I have that. But if I'm alone in the bathroom, then I don't have a problem pooping.
Oh
in the
yeah, if I'm
bathroom.
alone
yeah.
in the bathroom, it's fine.
Yeah.
Like if I'm alone, or if it's like a busy like airport bathroom where there's like lots of noise and like no one can
Yeah,
tell,
and you're never
then
going to see those people again.
then it's like it's fine. But
Yeah.
like yeah,
When it's
that,
like your coworker
But
sitting next
yeah,
to
it's like a
you.
two-stall
Oh,
and your coworkers
No,
are
my-
there.
yeah, performance anxiety, my body shuts down. It's not gonna happen.
At one of my former jobs in the building, there was a bunch of us that shared. There were different bathrooms. There's a big building with different companies in it, and this one chick, she would poop around 10:30, 11 o'clock without clockwork every single day, and
Very
I
regular.
only knew because
Man, what is
I
it
would
like to
see
be
her.
that regular?
She was so regular. I would see her, and then because I would probably just have to generally just pee by that point because I stopped drinking coffee about 10:30 in the morning, and I'd be like, "Fuck, blank was just in there," and it would always stink because I'd be like, "That chick is so regular. It's amazing, no issues."
Yeah.
I very infrequently also poop in public like that. But if I did, I would go to the bathroom that was on the complete side of the building. That was
Oh, yeah.
like on the ground floor and like generally quiet. Like it was like the most out of the way one.
Yeah, and you-
Totally. Which sucks
Right.
because literally everyone poops.
I know.
Yeah.
There's a whole book about it. Like
Dudes
you know
have
this.
dudes have no problem pooping in front of each other. Like it's
Really?
crazy. My kids have no problem with it. Like
Well, I don't really have a problem pooping in front of I was gonna say family, but really it's just Frank. Maybe my
I
brother.
don't have a problem with
know.
like
I
my
don't know.
family or you guys
Yeah.
knowing like I just pooped. Like that's
Right.
fine. But like,
It's like the sounds, and sometimes the sounds are more than others.
It just feels like a very like me private.
it feels like a me
experience
thing,
that I just need to,
especially like
have on
'cause-
my own. It feels like a
Yeah.
very solo journey.
Because why can we
Right?
not have onesies for all
It's
the
bad
bathrooms?
Yeah.
it's bad enough like if you accidentally fart while you're peeing.
Oh God, yes.
Like I've gotten to that point where I've kind of gotten over it because I've heard other people do that.
Ah.
It
Like, and I'm
happens.
like,
You can't help it. Yeah.
yeah, I was like, all right, well, we've all been there.
Yes.
You know,
Totally
if you're gonna
natural.
fart, that's a great place to
But
do
also,
it.
like, I mean, who are we kidding? Like, everyone has pooped in the all the people, everyone, all of the coworkers at some point have pooped in that bathroom. They've just strategically timed it so that other people aren't there if they can.
Well,
We
it's
should
always
just-
like I feel like to that end, like when I go into a bathroom, like back in the before times when I was going into an office every
Mhm.
day, and it was like if there was someone in a far
Oh yeah.
stall and it was like
Telltale
quiet
sign.
down there, it was like, okay, I'm just gonna pee and I'm gonna get out real
Yeah,
fast and
Because
like,
they are
pretend
waiting for you.
They are
and I
waiting
know
for
that
you.
because sometimes I am that person.
Right.
It's like
I want to be respectful. It's like I don't know who you are, but I see you, and I'm
Yeah.
gonna give you that.
I know this. I know this struggle.
I'm making space for you. I'm gonna leave and
Yeah.
have your moment. Do what you
Yes.
need to do.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like, please just repay me in the future.
Right.
And if I've ever fart while I'm peeing in front of you, don't tell
Yeah,
me.
pay it forward, my friend. Pay it forward.
I gotta say though, I think the worst for me is not even that that like the bathrooms are shared with the coworkers, is they're also shared with the students. And I just really feel like those should be separated. Because
I
that's
agree.
Yeah.
that's the absolute worst.
Because that's like it's like a like the
It's a
heart of
respect
it.
thing.
It is like even like it's
Very
like
intimate.
right. Like, and I always feel uncomfortable if like I'm in the bathroom and like I know like you know, like senior management is also in the bathroom at the same time. Oh, this is weird. And like it shouldn't be. We're all adults, but still.
And we literally all shit. But,
Like we're all human beings. We're all adults, but yet it is still weird.
Yeah.
Did I ever tell you guys about the time my boss caught me in the handicap stall just playing on my phone? I wasn't shitting or anything. I was just like, and I had my own office, so there's no reason why I couldn't play on my phone in my office. I had just brought it to pee and was like, you know what? I'm in the middle of the game. I'm just
You
gonna
get caught up. You get so up in the moment.
So she had broken
That's
her
hilarious.
ankle ziplining in Costa Rica.
Oh shit!
And
So she actually needed that.
so she
That's
needed
hilarious.
it. But I always like the handicap stalls in restrooms if there's nobody in there, if I'm going to pee real quick, because I like that they're the taller toilets. I like the higher toilets.
I do feel like that's a reasonable rule. If it's not being used, it doesn't mean
And
that
the
other
bathroom
people
was-
can't use it.
It was completely empty. So
Right.
and in general, there wasn't really anybody, you know, there were some older people that worked in the building that may have used it, but there wasn't anybody that like was actually truly like, you know, in a wheelchair or disabled to the point like they needed it. So I don't know. I just went to pee. I had my phone. I was looking at it. Whatever I was doing. And then I hear somebody come in and, you know, come over. And then at some point I become aware that somebody's standing outside of the door. So I'm like, oh shit, I better get out of this stall. Somebody's in here. And of course, then it's my boss, my former boss. And she's like, really, Colleen? Really? And she's in her like little scooter thing because she has like the scooter up that she's using. And I was like, I'm so sorry. I was just playing on my phone. Nobody was in here. She's like, can't you do this in your office? And I was like, yes, I'm sorry. So, oh yeah, I was definitely the asshole in that situation, and I learned my lesson. Okay, the last one is always make sure you eat before you go grocery shopping. This way, you know, you don't come home with things that you don't actually need.
Yeah, I think we all know this.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So let's just say we ended on the poop one. Thank you, BuzzFeed, for compiling those.
Yes.
Okay, let's take a quick commercial break, and then we only have a little bit of feedback tonight, so we'll just plow right through that and see you in 2 weeks. Because I forgot to mention, we are off next week. No recording the week of March 28th, but we'll be back the first week in March. What is that? March? I'm sorry, first week in April.
We're in March.
We're in March. I know. Gosh, I feel like March has gone really quickly. April 4th will be the next time we record. And on April, is it 18th, did we say? 11th? We'll be recording Everything Everywhere All at Once.
18th, yes.
April 18th. Okay. Which Jay and I watched the other night, and I'm excited to rewatch it again to talk about it on April 18th.
Awesome.
But okay, let's take a quick break, and we will be back in a minute. All right, we are back. We're ready to get into the feedback portion of the show. This is all from our Facebook group, or the Jay and Jack Facebook group, rather. No, a combination, because we have a Facebook group too.
Sure.
It's from all the groups, the patrons group, the Jay and Jack group, ours. Here goes. Let's just get into it. Neither here nor there. Just awkwardly plugging all the places you can talk to us on Facebook. The first thing is from Maggie, and she says, the Jennifer Lopez movie is called Shotgun Wedding, and it's on Amazon. I loved it. Thank you, Maggie. I need to watch it. It is on my list, my very long list, but it's probably going to be moved up. That and the Julia Roberts, what's his face? George Clooney one.
The new one.
The Hawaii one? Or whatever.
Yeah, it's like a new one. It's like Paradise Island or something.
Yes, Ticket to Paradise, Paradise something. Yeah. I want to watch that really badly. It's where they're a divorced couple and their daughter's getting married, and they, I don't know, shenanigans ensue. It's a rom-com too, but I like those
entertaining.
Two.
I mean,
yeah.
What's not to like?
I gotta watch both of those. Anyway, thank you, Maggie. And also let me plug in real quick before we move on to John. Matt says, I forgot to Matt-splain that the novella Stand By Me is set in Maine. Okay, so the Castle Rock is the same Castle Rock. Cool.
And so then in the movie, they just decided to put it in Oregon. Interesting.
I feel like as we saw last week, that Middle America was very like part of the trope.
Yeah.
For coming
Well, I
of
feel like
age movies.
Goonies was kind of also shot in that area.
Yeah.
Like maybe they're just like locations were real cheap in that area in the 80s.
Yeah. Or maybe they just thought that city kids didn't need coming of age movies because they were just born of age.
You know what? At that point, they had Sesame Street. What more did they need?
And Matt says that it was shot in Oregon. Oregon.
Oregon.
7 years into this, we talked about this like literally our first show, Oregon. All right, we've got a bit of feedback from John, the former UPS guy.
Ah, well, John chimes in regarding the "Am I the Asshole" on the episode that would now be maybe 2 episodes ago.
Yes.
I think that if they don't even trust each other with money, the relationship has been doomed from the beginning. Ding, ding, ding.
Mm-hmm.
The guy sounds like an extreme a-hole, even suggesting she paid the bill herself for all the reasons you brought up. I was waiting to hear he gave her his meal receipts so she could pay those too. He did have to be away from home to see her in the hospital, which is her fault, and she got the benefit of his presence. I hope a family member, friend, or her actual self will finally turn the light switch on and get her out of this relationship. I bet you he even gave her a bill for providing his seed to begin with. Yeah, he was definitely the a-hole.
Yep.
Yeah, that
100%.
dude sucked.
Mm-hmm.
I think Reddit definitely lit that dude up. So maybe that was the light switch. I don't think there's been any updates, but no shortage of similar Am I the Asshole stories. Spoiler alert. Generally not. As, like the meal receipts, I know you're saying that as a joke, but if she had to pay the whole $8,000 hospital bill, then his fucking meals were in there too.
Seriously.
Yeah.
It's not like he paid $16.27 and
right.
She paid the rest.
Oh wait, that one's me. Okay, I'll give you for that.
Yeah,
I'll Venmo you for that one.
Yeah, I'll Venmo you for that one. Fair. That's me. I did that.
Or I'll get your sandwich next date night.
Right.
That's that dude right there. All right. We've got feedback from Mandy.
Right. Mandy says, love Cinderella snapped.
Woohoo.
Yep. I asked Maddie to play it for me and she sang along. This means my child knew it and never thought to tell me.
Ooh.
Same for 90s kids after Colleen's suggestion. Maddie then introduced me to You Love You, which is like a Bernie song, and very cool. Okay.
Is it the same actor? Same artist?
You love you.
I would assume so. I would assume this is all Jax, but perhaps not. I don't know. Mandy, please elaborate.
She can right now. Yeah, go ahead.
I've asked Maddie to create a broadcast playlist on Spotify.
Ooh.
Yes, great idea. Still no update on her. Still no update from her on how that's going. Will keep us updated. I love this idea. Very on board.
Yes.
As far as piercings, I can completely relate. A highlight to being pregnant was finally removing the belly button ring. It was a too painful process to take out before then.
Really?
Oh,
like emotionally, or
yeah, that's true. Again, Mandy, we have follow-up questions.
Yeah.
Shandy, I too had the tongue ring and let it close to be more grown up.
Yeah, it was an 18 to 25 thing.
Yeah, that makes sense. I get it.
Yeah.
I was passed over for a promotion age 24-ish and was told by someone who knew inside info it was because I was seen as too immature, with the example noted as the tongue ring.
Okay, well, that's shitty.
That is pretty shitty. And I believe we now have laws against such things.
Mm-hmm.
So I gave in and removed it to be more quote unquote professional. I wish I knew Amanda back when I had ears full of piercings, because a rook sounds very cool. Girl, there's still time. We can go.
Very true.
Yeah.
You'll both be in Raleigh in April. May.
Oh my God.
I don't know
very
if
true.
Man is going to make it in
Oh.
May. But
I might not. We should talk about that. I might not be able to come. I'm sorry.
That's okay. We talked about it already. I know.
Did we?
No, that's
Okay,
right.
sorry. I can't remember.
We did, yeah.
Okay, I can't remember.
We did, and then I forgot, and then I got excited, and then I re-remembered, and then yeah. So it's been a whole roller coaster.
It's the same. I think I just went on that journey with you, and it's like my own life. So what that just shows you like what my life is like right now.
That's okay. If you can come down another weekend that's not close to family vacations, and we can all have a Raleigh party, the three of us.
Yeah.
Okay.
Super
And
easy
Jake
for
can
me to
drive us
pop over.
places. Yeah.
I love this plan. I love
Okay.
this plan.
We'll figure it out.
Okay.
Figure it out. I looked it up. The You Love You song is also by Jax, featuring that Jake JVKE dude, who I've seen on the Sirius XM, but I don't really know anything about.
Right.
Okay.
I'm useless at that thing, but I will check it out.
Me, so not useless at all.
So with that 90s Kids song, I played it out last week, as you guys know. So Alex is obsessed with it, and then Zach kind of got into it. We found the version that's the radio edit, so it doesn't have the F word in it.
Oh, nice.
Oh, good.
Alex is allowed to listen to the version with the F word only like once every couple of days.
In moderation.
In moderation.
F word
He's
in
gotta
moderation.
be
Yeah.
really good. He's got to be good at school, show us that he's mature enough to hear the F word said in
Take
the
out
song.
his tongue ring.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, he's tickled by it. But the funny thing is, right before the chorus, it's like, I'm trying to get Super Smash Nintendo. Well, the boys have been playing Super Smash Brothers on Jay's old Nintendo set from like 30 years ago. So when we were listening to the radio version of the song that says messed up instead of fucked up, that part with the Super Smash Nintendo came on, and I was like, guys, you just turned off Super Smash Brothers. She's talking about that. So
Nice.
It was a moment. I was more excited than them. They were like, huh? Does this have to do with the Titanic movie? And I was like, no. Actual conversation, I swear to God, happened yesterday. So
Nice.
Yesterday was Monday? Yeah, yesterday. So good times. Anyway, Maggie chimes in. I also love Cinderella Snapped. Woohoo! And then Maggie got a new job. Congratulations to Maggie. Yay!
Yes, she
Great
left
job.
that in a comment, but
I know.
that's all she said. So
Yes, we need more
please do
information.
tell more.
Please fill us
Congratulations.
in.
Yeah.
Woohoo!
Congrats.
And then finally, Greg said, see you there, but you won't see me, which sounds creepy, but it's not. Or is it?
I mean, to be fair, we put this on ourselves
We
in the
did.
way that this whole hangout is set up.
So
It's not your fault, Greg. I'm gonna vote for the not creepy.
Not
Sounds creepy, but it's not.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, let's finish up with a Matt's What She Said.
That is the behind. It's just up on something.
There was no video component.
Greg says in the chat, I see you. We see your comment. I know there's a way to change the comments, but is it in the brands? Oh, wait, is this it? Ah, there we go.
That's better. The other that's
Yeah.
a little. The other one's a little like
Yeah.
anticlimactic. It's a little like, oh, that's it.
Okay, everybody wave to Greg, and I'll take a picture for the thumbnail. Okay. I don't know what I was going with that. I'm just gonna put the timestamp and find it later in post. Okay. Anyway, okay, sorry. Here back to Matt What She Said. We got through like 10 minutes, and then it started going like ear.
Okay, that's a good one. That's good.
That's a good one.
What are we talking about?
I
I
have
don't
no
know.
idea.
I guess I'm gonna get enough out of this.
Unless you want to do the bundle. Don't click on the bundle out of curiosity. I just don't know what you're gonna say.
Don't. Although when we rewatched Survivor tonight to do the show with the kids, there were no commercials and it was pretty glorious.
It is pretty glorious.
Because usually you have to skip through. It's like 2 minutes of commercials each thing, and if you skip to the end, you've got to watch like 6 minutes. It's so frigging annoying. And what we were talking about was Amanda trying to get reception during the Oscars.
Okay.
Yes.
That's
Okay,
great.
back to this.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. You again.
I loved this pairing.
We really wanted to like it, so we kept going.
The old college try, I believe.
old
they call
college
it.
try.
Okay. Speaking of, somehow you would arrive at the end of it super quickly.
You're only there for a purpose.
You need knee pads for those.
Tunnels. Take that, Matt. Take that, Matt. What a great show what a great note to end on.
Indeed.
No notes.
Indeed.
No notes.
No notes.
All right. Well, on that note, thank you all for listening. We will see you again in 2 weeks. Send us your feedback, anything you want to talk about. We are here for it. You can send it to thebroadcasters3@gmail.com or give us a call 331-276-2373. Thank you to Matt and Greg and whoever else is out there for listening, joining us live tonight. We'll see you next month. Check out our bonus show for the patrons. If you'd like to become a patron, you can go to patreon.com/JayandJack. And I think that's about it. Anyway, all right. On that note, goodbye. Thanks, ladies. I will see you next week in person, Shandy, for the Know-It-Alls thing. And
Fun! Yay, Glenn!
Yeah.
I'm sure we'll talk to you. We'll probably annoy you over FaceTime, Amanda, next Wednesday.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay,
Man,
cool.
we really got to get Flat Amanda so she can like come along to these things.
Yes,
Survivor thing. So like maybe we should have
talked
like different ones. Like maybe this one will just be like a perplexed face because I don't watch Survivor, so I would just be confused the whole time.
I
So
like
you could
this
like sort
so
of mix
much.
and match and like bring the one that most is appropriate for the situation.
Oh,
Like a
so
perplexed
This is
one, like an
great.
excited one, like a thoughtful one. Like
Can we get a fuck you in the face one?
Of course.
Okay, excellent. A trying to get reception during the Oscars one. I mean, maybe we could just Matt says that you can snap on an iPad. Maybe is there an app where we could just make faces and like pull your face up on that iPad and put you next to us?
I mean, I'm sure. I feel like AI and like deep fakes are like a thing. So I'm sure this is the thing.
Also called a picture.
Yeah, I'm sure.
A gallery.
This is a thing we can do very easily.
Create a gallery of Amanda faces and just hold it up on the iPad.
Sure, I'll just do like a photo shoot, just like a bunch of, and you can just like pick the like appropriate emotion.
We'll put a lanyard around the iPad, and then somebody could just stand in for you of your face. Just get a random stranger or Jay. You're like, hey Jay, can you just hold this picture of Amanda's face over your face real quick?
Right. Just don't drop the iPad.
Yeah,
This feels like an expensive.
well, that's why it's going to be on a lanyard,
Right.
Yeah,
like glasses.
Okay.
Only Amanda's face.
Yes.
It's like
All right.
a chorus line, just like
Exactly. See, now we're cooking.
yep.
We got a soup going on.
Woo! All right. On that note, everybody, my name is Colleen.
My name is Amanda.
And I'm Shandy.
Peace out, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.